everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of the podcast, Let's Be Real. I want to first of all welcome everyone. If you're listening to this on SoundCloud and you want to see the video version, you can go to YouTube and check it out. If you're on YouTube watching the video, you can go to SoundCloud to listen to the audio at any time if you're driving, if you want to use the audio version. So, let us jump into things with gratitude time. So gratitude time. Today I want to talk about being grateful for the people that I meet when I'm out in the world driving and doing Lyft and Uber, and some of the meaningful and impactful conversations I have with some of these people. And it's not always for their benefit. A lot of times it's for my benefit too. I get to learn more about the interesting people in the world and some things that I would probably never think about, or different perspectives that these people bring to the conversation. It's actually really cool, and I'm very grateful I get to have these interactions. So that's what I got for you today on gratitude time. Leave a comment down below if you're watching the video or on SoundCloud, what you're grateful for, and maybe I'll share some of them in a future podcast. So remember, gratitude over attitude. So let's get into the main segment of the show. Let's be real.
What's going on?
So with today, we're going to be talking about taking action. And some of you out in the world are already doing some of this. And maybe you need a little bit more guidance on what to do or how to do it. And some of you are somebody who doesn't take action. And so, based on Webster's definition in the dictionary, action is the fact or process of doing something, typically to achieve an aim or a goal. So, some of you would love to take action. A lot of you have what is called potential, which is having or showing the capacity to become or develop into something in the future. And this is where a lot of our dreams and goals and aspirations are. They're in the potential phase. But a lot of us do what is called nothing. And so the pronoun version of nothing is not anything, no single thing. And then the adjective version of it is having no prospect of progress, of no value. And so the reason why I'm throwing these definitions in here is so that you can better understand where I'm going with this podcast about taking action and having potential and doing nothing. And so a lot of the things that people have problem with when it comes to taking action is there's a lot of hard work associated with doing what you want to do. And a lot of people don't want to put in the work. They want to find the easy way to become successful, to become rich, to whatever means necessary to achieve the goals that they have. And if you look at the world today, you'll notice that we talk about the 1%ers, we talk about the 99% of people who live, that aren't millionaires and things like that. But of those 1% of people, they do a lot of hard work. They got themselves into that position of being in the 1% by putting in the action, the hard work, and getting there and working towards what they want. And along the way, there is sacrifice, there is discomfort, there is choices that are very hard that have to be made, whether it be you don't spend time with your family, you don't go on vacations, you don't buy expensive clothing, things like that to sacrifice and put forth towards that goal. And so where a lot of people will look at that and be like, oh, well, they got lucky. Well, the thing is they weren't all talk and no action. They went out, and some of them were no talk. They didn't say jack shit about anything they were going to do, and they just went out and did it. And so I see a lot of people talk about all of these grandiose things that they're going to do. They're going to go out and start a business. They're going to go out and, be the #1 gamer on YouTube. They're going to do all these things, and then they don't do a single thing to make it happen. And then they sit back and complain, why am I not achieving? Why am I poor? Why am I sitting in my house eating Frito Boats and not doing anything? It's because you're not doing any work. You're not taking any action. Shit doesn't just fall out of the sky and one day you're a millionaire or you're the most successful channel on YouTube. You have to put in work. one perfect example of using the YouTube one is you look at PewDiePie and you look at how he's up to, last time I checked, it was like 88 million subscribers, and he has tons of views on his video. But if you look back at like the earlier times in his career, he had like 100 subscribers. But guess what? He put in the work. Until today, he puts in the work. Every day, he posts a video. Every day, he's got some kind of content coming out. Every day, he's engaging with his audience. He's working. And a lot of people will sit there and they'll just be like, oh, well, you know, he got really lucky. He got into YouTube early. That's bullshit. You can get into YouTube now and still be successful. Has the platform changed dramatically? Yes, it has. Has there been new algorithms and regulations and stuff? Yes, there has. But it's called adapting. It's called taking the knowledge you know about what's changing and applying it and actually taking action. It's very easy to, you know, sit back and not do a damn thing. For instance, it's very easy to sit and binge watch Netflix all day long. You know why I know it's easy? Because I've done it. I've sat on the couch and spent an entire day, I'm not even kidding, from like 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. watching Netflix. Just sitting there. And guess what? I didn't do jack that day. Can I get mad at myself? Yeah, I can. I can get mad at myself for not doing anything, but I can't get mad at other people. I can't sit back and bring others down and say, well, you got lucky. You know, I didn't do anything. So how am I going to sit back and criticize someone else who actually puts in hard work and does the things that they need to do? You know, nowadays, my life is so busy, and I have maybe 2 hours to come home and record podcasts and videos and stuff because I'm working 6 days a week up in San Francisco doing Uber and Lyft to provide money, and we're saving. But the thing is I could easily come home and be like, you know what? It's my day off. I'm just going to sit at home and do nothing. But no, I want to achieve. I want to get somewhere. And guess what? That takes sacrifice. That takes hard work. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm not doing this to brag. I'm not doing this to say that I'm better than everybody. I'm showing an example of it's very easy for me to come home and just be like, I'm just going to watch Netflix today. I'm just going to sit at home and do nothing and enjoy my day off. But I don't do that. What I do is I come home and go, you know what? There's people relying on me to get content out there. There's people relying on me to hear the messages that I have to say to people and to get out there, because I see it. I see comments on my YouTube videos. I see comments on my Instagram from people saying, wow, that was really good. I liked that. I liked hearing that. And so it makes me feel good that there's people actually getting value out of this stuff that I'm putting out for you guys. And yes, I mean, it is part of this brand and business that I'm building for life coaching. But at the same point, this is why I chose this profession. This is why I chose going into this field, is because I want to help people. I want them to see the potential that they have to grow something of their own. Because really, everyone's out here trying to make things work for themselves. And this is where I get into the point of comparing yourself to somebody else, because a lot of people, this is what keeps them from taking action, is they compare themselves to others. And it's one of the most blocking things you can do. It's one of the biggest mental blocks you can do to yourself, is I can sit here and compare myself to Gary Vee or Lewis Howes or many of these other people that are out doing the same thing of spreading message of gratitude and happiness and fulfillment. And I could be like, well, I'm never going to be on their level. Look at me. I have 47 subscribers on YouTube. Of course, nobody's going to listen to me. I'm not as good as them. Bullshit. I'm not them. I'm not Gary Vee. I'm not Lewis Howes. That's what makes me different than them. That's what makes me be able to come on here and spread a message of my own to kind of reiterate and really get to that truth that they're spreading as well. It's just another person telling you, hey, this is the real deal. Pay attention. This is why people are happy. This is why people are doing what they want to do. Ever since I've gone out and started doing stuff on my own, I'm happier than I've ever been. And it feels good, even though somebody is not paying me to watch my videos, even though somebody's not paying me to listen to my podcast. When they come at me and they say, dude, I agree with everything you just said. That is such truth. That is so good. that makes me feel good inside. That fulfills me. And guess what? It keeps me going. It helps me keep spreading the message to people so that everyone can understand that life is not about how much money is in your bank, what kind of car you drive, all of the possessions that you have. Because really, life is about giving and receiving. Life is about giving a message, giving your time, giving your effort to helping others, and then they will come back and help you as well. We're a society that should be giving to each other, not beating each other down and taking away from each other and being so dog eat dog. It's one of the reasons why I can't stand some of the corporate jobs and other things that are out there, because it's all about money, money, money. All about who can be the best salesman, who can be the best of this. It's like, I get it, okay? There's a lot of jobs out there that need that. I'm not taking away from the fact that we don't need certain jobs out there like that. But at the end of the day, would you sell your soul for $1 million? Would you sell your soul for $10 million? Would you take away the integrity and the dignity that you have just so you can have a bank account full of money that will buy you shit that you don't need? Is that really what you want? No. So stop comparing yourself to others and stop trying to climb this ladder of, oh, how rich can I be? How much shit can I have to really impress people? Because really at the end of the day, when you come home to your big ass mansion and nobody's in it, and nobody wants to be your friend because you've burned all these bridges trying to get to the top and trying to make these millions of dollars and scamming people. And I'm not saying everyone's trying to do this, but I'm saying, like, if you get to that point where you realize, wow, I have no friends, I have no family, like I'm literally alone with all my stuff. Is that fulfillment for you? I mean, yes. If you've got a lot of money, you don't have to worry about certain problems that other people have. But some of the people out there that aren't millionaires are some of the happiest people in the world. You know why? Because they have their priorities set in the right things, and they've taken action in the right areas of their life. So a lot of these people that sit there and compare themselves with others, they sit there and sometimes they're bitter. And they sit there and they go, oh, well, they were lucky. They had all of the stuff handed to them. A lot of you don't see the hard work that these people put in. Some of you come in, let's say the fourth quarter after they've been working for so long, and they've got their big company. They've got all these things that they're going to and speaking at or they're taking care of. But you didn't see the 10 years before that built it up. The 10 years before that of them working, 90 hours a week, 80 hours a week, grinding, putting in the effort, putting in the time, the sacrifices that they did to get to where they're at. You didn't see all of that. You know why? Because they were busy working with their head down and not talking. They were busy taking action. They were busy. And that's what you have to do. You have to take action. And as somebody who has started my own thing and has gone out, I see all the hard work you have to put in. I see all the time you have to devote to this. Otherwise, it ain't going to be nothing, which is no single thing, no value. And so what I want to do is I want you guys to understand that if you want something in life, you have to go get it. It's not going to be given to you. It's not going to be just handed to you. Do you know that I think it's like 80% of the people that win the lottery go bankrupt in the first year? You know why? Because they're handed all of this money and have no idea what to do with it. And they go out and they've never had that much money before, so they blow it on all this shit that they don't need. And they don't realize the potential of developing it into something for their future. So, yes, you may not be millionaires. Yes, you may not win the lotto. But guess what? If you're 22 years old listening to this, guess what you have? You have time. You have lots of time to go out and make something for yourself. Even someone like me at 31, I sit here and I'm like, damn, I'm 31 years old. That's kind of old. Not old as some of these other people out there, but I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait a minute. And I think about it, I'm like, I'm really not that old, because if I spend 5 years at this, even 10 years at this, I'll be 36 to 40 years old. I still have a shit ton of time after that, because if you take into account that the retirement age is at 65, that's what they say, I've got 34 years to work on something before I, in a sense, retire. That's a lot of fucking time to do what I want to do. And guess what? I'm going to spend that time doing what I want to do. I'm going to take the action to go out there and make something that I want to have everyone else enjoy. So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. So let's go into some Q&A time.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. What?
So I don't have any questions from you guys yet. Being that this is a new podcast, still working on things, I've got some questions of my own to ask you to reflect on. So first thing I want to ask you is, what are some of the things you wish to accomplish? You know, sit down, write them down, make a dream board, do something to really kind of put a game plan together, your future. What is it that you want to work hard towards? And then ask yourself, do you make excuses every day to not achieve? Do you complain that it's too hard? Do you complain that others are luckier than you? Really, luck doesn't really exist, in my opinion. And this is my own personal opinion. You make your own luck. You make the fact that waking up in a positive attitude will generally put you towards a positive direction. Waking up in a negative attitude will put you in a negative direction. That's where I believe good luck and bad luck come from. Somebody who works hard at something, yes, life happens. Shit happens. It throws you curveballs. But it's a matter of how well you react to that and you overcome it shows your character, and it shows your stature and your grind towards your goal. And lastly, do you look at others and assume that they had an easier time being successful? Do you sit there and compare yourself to others? Is that what's holding you back? You know, really look at these questions and reflect on them, and then take action. Go out there and achieve. Go out there and grind, people. It's really fun. I mean, I never thought I would have this much fun working towards my dreams. And I know in the beginning I said, man, this is going to be a lot of hard work. This is going to be a lot of time and dedication. But they always say, find something that you love to do and it will never feel like work. And it's fucking true. It is so true. So thank you guys for listening. I love all of you. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and God bless.